you're gonna wanna get your best bud and get comfy. Maybe grab a drink, a little sip of wits, okay? Maybe grab a little snack. Maybe grab a little blanket, you know, a little robe. There's no judgment here. This is a judgment-free zone, okay? We're gonna tuck in. We're gonna tuck in to what? What are we tucking into? Yes. This is the story of how I went from making this to this to earning a full-time salary making this.
My name is Alex Chen. I know you're afraid. I am too. I just need your help to get to the truth.
Stations! On my word, loot the PDC volleys, then turn and burn.
Just like series. Only this time no dolls to keep you on the leash, yeah?
At a very young age, my path to game development started to take shape through home movies, which I feel is an unsuspecting place to start, but it played a very crucial role in my creative development. I've always had a deep love and interest in making videos, and looking back now, I think it was a much needed distraction from a troubled childhood. Nice. When I had the camera in my hands, time just stood still and I could just exist in the moment. I was the friend who always had a video camera recording all of the dumb things that we would do. It wasn't like Jackass or CKY or anything, but really just us hanging out and being wacky.
If I ever had to take a poop, that would be the best bathroom to take a poop in. This is a Game Informer. Like,
I would edit all of this footage into a movie just for my friends to watch, and I remember very specifically when it ended, there was a round of applause, and being able to see how people reacted to something that I made and saw how it gave them joy or happiness was something that was kind of empowering for me as a creator to see, wow, I can actually make something that evokes this kind of emotion from people. Eventually, I would upgrade this digital camcorder to a Canon T2i. This is when I really developed an interest in photography, which challenged me to be more thoughtful with my composition instead of just randomly pointing it at things. I'm a very technical and creative person, and photography is a really good mix of those things. Home movies are only the first half of the beginning. I also have a very deep love for video games.
Oh my god!
What kind of games are we talking? What about Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, where you can blow up baddies' bodies to bits? Okay, when I opened the door and I went, "Yo, Harry!" Okay, a little Resident Evil. Gary, you used all of the hot water. Gary, is that Larry? Maybe a little Metal Gear Solid?
I'm Psychomantis. Put your controller on the floor.
No. I'm okay, dude. Dude, I'm fine. I'm okay. We're good. I'm so scared. Dude, I'm good. We're good, dude. It's fine. Cut to wipe out! Dude, what are you doing? Come on, dude, don't make me cut to extreme G, dude. Get the fuck out of here! Oh! The kid still floss? I'm literally trying. Extreme G, dude. I remember my friend and I, we would always rent it from Mr. Movies. And for some reason, we'd always be like, Extreme G, whenever we said it. I don't know why, I don't know where that came from, but we were like, Extreme G, Extreme G. Maybe it's because we were under so many G's. We had that G force. The bouncer, Extreme G. This opera bit, dude, kind of goes. Okay, this one's a legendary movie store rental. I'm gonna need you to just listen and just show your respects, okay? You know I gotta pay my who am I? You know I gotta pay my respects to Final Fantasy 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Little destruction derby, dude. Okay, Robo Pit, dude. Another straight banger from Mr. Movies, okay? You could build your own robot and fight other robots. And you know that 10-year-old me was all about it. I mean, look at this. Look at this gameplay. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. We've been a little obscure. Why don't we settle in to a little Zelda? Oot. I literally just sat on this menu and never hit start. I would just hit the Z button and just grab little bro's face over and over and just...
Great job.
Dude. Do I really have to keep mentioning the classics like Wave Race 64 and Pilot Wings? Like, let's really get down to the brass tacks of getting down to the brass tacks. I'm talking hexen. Okay, this is actually terrifying when you imagine 8-year-old me playing this. Like, at least it didn't exploit me through child labor like Roblox does, okay? A little Unreal Tournament, 99, GOTY, that's Game of the Year? Okay? Does anybody want to 1v1 me, maybe, after this? 3 o'clock? Skate park? I guess it'd be the LAN center. 3 o'clock LAN center? Listen, you see these frags? You see me fragging out? 1v1 me. You can't. You won't. You know what? If you want to, join the Discord. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. Instagib only. Yeah. I know what you're thinking. Why did Daucus put on real space footage from NASA? I didn't, okay? It's the hit game, Escape Velocity. The hit space adventure simulator. Game goes hard.
Great job.
Welcome to a world of its own, Habbo Hotel. This is a place where you can trade an empty pizza box for a fireplace, get famous by winning the waving contest, and a place where your friend shows up for the date with a new head.
Habbo Hotel. Dude, don't make fun of me for Habbo Hotel, okay? Like, listen, there's no judgment here, okay? This is safe. Everything is safe here. We don't judge each other. Accept me for my Habbo Hotel past. That wasn't my footage. Just letting you. Okay, let's go a little bit quicker here. All right, let's quick fire some classics off. All right, we got Diablo 2.
Stay a while and listen.
A little Warcraft. A little StarCraft. A slight addiction to World of Warcraft. Mass Effect.
Run. Shepherd. Shepherd. Shepherd.
Half-Life 1.
My God, what are you doing?
Half-Life 2. What about some Half-Life source mods like The Specialist? Dystopia. Hidden Source. Listen, okay. I know we're going quick, but did anybody play Hidden Source? It is so good. It was hide and seek, where the seekers have guns, and the lone hider, or hidden, was invisible. 100% must play, especially with some pals. What about a little Counter-Strike?
Out my way, son! Door stuck! Door stuck!
And maybe also, you know, go for some Counter-Strike.
Oh my God, boy!
Listen, I know that section went on a little long, okay? Video games, home movies, very important. It's a key starting point to my journey, okay? And you know what? I wanted to have a little bit of fun. You gonna take me to court? Is anyone even still here? It's fine, okay, it's fine. I cut a lot of games out of that list. That was the short list. Let's get into what is next in my path to becoming a game developer. As I got older, I spent more time playing video games, and making home movies kind of just faded into the background. I still had fun with photography, but I still had a creative desire to want to make videos. And lucky for me, video games had a very high potential for doing just that. I made some absolutely horrendous Counter-Strike frag videos where the frags were just so weak. Like, look at this dude is just, I'm just walking around the corner and I'm like spraying the guy and like barely get him, but like you can see that the execution is there. Like, I want so badly to make machinima, but like I'm just doing a frag video. I also made some silly World of Warcraft boss kill videos for my guild, which is like just kind of a hilarious thought in general. It's like, you see we played the game. You guys want to see we played it? Do you want to see it to my music? Most importantly, I made actual machinima, like real machinima. I focused in, I honed in. No, not that. How dare you? At its core, machinima is when you make an animated film within the constraints of a game engine. You could do live shooting in a server utilizing voice chat, or you could edit it all together in post. The best early examples I can think of is Red vs. Blue.
What are they doing? What? I said, what are they doing now? God damn, I'm getting so sick of answering that question. You have fucking rifle, I can't see shit. Don't bitch at me because I'm not going to just sit up here and play with my dick. Okay, look.
Or if you're really old, the Pure Ponage series that predated YouTube, they made some machinima to accompany their live action content.
Pure Onage.
I was coming, I come around the corner and I complete the
face. The scariest motherfucker I ever seen, man. This guy's got muscles come out of his lips and shit. And I look at him, he looks at me, and I was like, man, I just ran so damn fast, man. Dude shooting at my ass.
There's also the South Park episode, Make Love Not Warcraft, that was aired on television in 2006, which also utilized machinima.
Dad, how did you get that?
No time! Just take it! Here! How do you hand something from one player to another?
I'm not sure if this is the first machinima video I ever made, but it's a very special one that I hold close to my heart. Before online gaming became such a big thing, we had a lot of LAN parties. I mean, like, online gaming was really big back then, but having a LAN was very special. We were lugging our CRT monitors, our massive monitors in our towers and everything. We'd set up tables in our parents' basements and they were pissed, okay? We would trip the power all the time. We were just overloading the circuit in everyone's house because we were fucking gaming. This clip right here was actually created on LAN. My friend hosting the LAN must have had it pre-planned or something, because at one point during the night he comes out and he's like, "You guys want to make a movie?" I remember looking at him and being like, "You bet your effing A I do." Our game engine of choice was a Half-Life mod inspired by The Matrix called The Specialist. Everyone at the LAN helped make this video. Personally, I got to play a character, edit the video, add sound effects and music, and as silly and as bad as this video is, it's one of my fondest and most enjoyable memories of my adolescence. Little did I know at the time, it had a profound impact on me by melding all of the things that I loved the most, home movies and video games, into one experience, and I was hooked. Unfortunately, we never had another Machinima LAN. But I did carry that passion and fire for making machinima within me, as well as play an unholy amount of Counter-Strike and World of Warcraft. So much. Let's jump ahead a few years to 2006. My hobbies continue to meld into one, and I upload my first video to YouTube. It's me and my World of Warcraft guild wiping in Stratholme for like 4 to 5 hours, wearing next to no clothes, and I guess that's just what you did with your online homies. It was 2006, okay? As 2007 rolls around, so does my second video, and it's just me staring at a pizza for 2 seconds. That's it. My third video was a World of Warcraft machinima contest video for Blizzard's Rogues Do It From Behind music video, which is just like not the best name. But I won first place with like 3 to 5 other first place winners, and then there was a grand prize winner that was like first place, but like, it was weird. But it was really cool seeing something that I made get 70,000 views. Like, I did not even think that was possible. For the time, that was outstanding, and it really planted a seed in my head that like I can make cool stuff and people will like it, even though like, look at this garbage. Fast forward to 2011, and there were a lot of people using YouTube as a platform to make gaming videos, and I wanted a piece of that pie. So of course, I started my own channel, this channel, and I had goals. I didn't want it to feel like a slog, you know, churning out let's play after let's play of just soulless gaming content. So naturally, I made let's plays. Hello everyone, and welcome to my Mass Effect 2 playthrough. I'm going to be continuing a saved game from Mass Effect 1. Eventually I realized that it just wasn't for me. But I do think it's important to try things, and you need to have that realization that it's about the style and personality that you can bring to the table as a creator, not your ability to mimic other people's formats, because it just doesn't work and it's not genuine. With every bad Let's Play I made, I would get another little clue of like, this isn't what you should be doing. Stop doing this. So I saw a lot of failure in making Let's Plays because that type of content I wasn't born for it. I wasn't bred for it. Through that failure, I started to learn what my strengths were. So instead of Let's Plays, I made compilations of my favorite gaming moments with friends.
Where are we going? Highway to hell, bro. Peace.
I'm fucking pissed. Everybody's in my house. This is a private room. Nobody was supposed to be in here. Spawning fucking squid on.
Yeah, look at this nice house. Fucking on.
It's 2012 and I dabbled quite a bit with machinima adjacent roleplay videos where I'd pretend I was the character talking to myself and NPCs, which was the kind of thing I did anyway when I play games.
Talk to you guys later. Bears.
Bears! No!
And then I would take it a step further and like do voiceovers of things that just made me laugh, and it was mostly just fart jokes.
Come on, quit farting around.
I'm trying.
I can't feel my legs. I'm dead. Oh yeah.
Guys, check this out.
What's up, bud, baby?
It's when you poop and a baby comes out of your butt.
I also did some normal stuff. I wasn't, that's okay because there's no judgment here. I don't know if you forgot. No judgment. Believe it or not, there was even more cringe videos than this. Like, I filtered out all of the stuff that I just like physically my body would convulse if other people saw. But what I realized in this experimentation is that I enjoyed making machinima the most. I was in love with shooting and editing videos, and while I secretly knew that my content wasn't the best, I learned how important it was to allow for creative exploration. That space is so crucial to defining who you are as a creative. I think it's easy to get lost in the things that you think you should be doing, when it's more important to be listening to your gut. Like, what do you really want to do? Who are you? Not who are you trying to be? Who are you?
Listen to your gut. Gotta listen to your gut.
And this content path on YouTube really helped define who I shouldn't try to be, when I should really just try to be myself. My life changed forever in February of 2013 because of this video.
Hey, my name is Bay Rate. I'm one of the filmmakers at Valve. Before coming here, a lot of us have worked on big budget blockbuster movies. During those experiences, we realized that movies could be made much more efficiently and with more creative freedom. So we joined Valve, and for the last 7 years, we've been creating movies in a very different way. I'm going to talk to you today about a storytelling tool that we built inside Valve's Source engine. We condensed the entire pipeline of an animation studio down onto a single gaming PC. We're calling it the Source Filmmaker.
Instantly, I jumped into that tutorial just gobbling up every little bit of information like my life depended on it, because I knew deep down in my artist soul that like this was for me. Like I had found the missing puzzle piece of who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. Source Filmmaker offered all of the creative control that was missing from making machinima through the constraints of a game engine. I quickly identified that if I want to learn this software, I'm gonna need to learn how to animate, and I did. I got to work animating a walk cycle on The Spy from TF2, and the whole time while I was working on this, I was trying to brainstorm ideas of like, okay, I have a character walking, but how can I turn this into a video? I didn't want to just animate for animation's sake. It's like, I was like so content pilled that I was like, hey, it's got to be used for something. I don't want this work to be for nothing. And here's what I made. I literally just copy and pasted the animation into a map and decided that I would have him flick a cigarette and that would just blow up in his face because I don't know, dude. I'm sorry ahead of time because this logic and the type of videos that I make it just keeps going. Like, things just happen, and writing has never been my strong suit, and you know, it's okay. I know that. Self-criticism aside, this was another crucial step in my journey because I had found a hobby that I enjoyed as much as gaming, and I would even argue that I enjoyed it more than gaming. It was like the ultimate video game. It stimulated all the right parts of my brain, and it allowed me to freely express myself artistically with full control over every little tiny aspect, which I never really had before. I always had to rely on somebody else or work within the constraints of a game engine. With Source Filmmaker, I was my only obstacle, and even though I was taking on massive amounts of work, I became obsessed. As soon as one project ended, I would just start work on the next one because I had so many ideas stacked up in my head that I could just take one off the top that was the most fleshed out and start work. It was such a creatively fulfilling time for me. Working on all of these videos, I grew as an animator and also kind of a filmmaker with the biggest air quotes imaginable. And as I continued, my ideas got a little bit weird and out there.
Cheers, big fella. I'm ready. Yes. I fancy that's as close as I'd like to get. My friend, I am not the enemy. You're a champion, Sonny. Thank you, my friend. What was that noise? Come now. Let's stick to the mission. Very good, my friend. Do not worry. We are still strong. I heard something. I hate these chickens. Scrawny little birds. They think they can scare me. Hey, I am here, my friend. What is inside the head of yours? I'm behind you. What is going on?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Just being in your 20s is a weird time, especially as a guy. We can be weird and gross and unimaginative, or maybe even like too imaginative. Eventually this evolved. One day, scrolling on YouTube, I came upon my next hyperfixation. The next hyperfixation to pour all of my energy into pixel shifting every last frame.
Good work! Keep it up! Oh, please.
There it was, a chance to compete with the best SFM creators in the community. A chance to prove that I'm not just a guy that makes fart jokes. I'm also not just a guy with a 5th grade sense of humor.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Bingo, bango, bongo, bish, bash, I like that. Cheers, big fella. That's a solid copy. I am planting the bomb. Yes.
I'm not just a guy who makes chicken.
Bomb site secure. Cover me. I got your back. Diffusing. Come on. I think I heard something. Fall back.
Not this guy.
Victory is ours. Too late.
Not just a guy that doesn't know how to end a skit.
Defusing the bomb. Come on. This is a foobar. Gotta pull myself together. Bomb has been defused. All right. That was close. Too close. Shall we? Oh, crap.
Not this guy. I'm a serious artist, and the 3rd annual Saxxies was the perfect chance to prove that. There were 4 categories: action, comedy, drama, and short. And I chose action because I'm a serious artist. Okay? I guess if I was serious I would have chose drama, but it was better than fart jokes. The idea I had was in the TF2 universe using the man vs. machine models. And in 2 months, with the help from one friend doing After Effects work and another to bounce ideas off of, I had my submission ready. The way the contest worked was your video would go into a pool to be voted on by the general public via Steam. After a week, the developers at Valve would take all of the most popular submissions and vote on them internally, and on the other end, come out with a list of nominees. When the nominees were released, I just remember sitting on this page for a long beat and just hoping and wishing for recognition, like that somehow receiving a nomination would make all of my hard work worth it and validate me as an artist. The artist that I wanted to be beyond the chicken jokes. And there it was. Not only did I receive a nomination, but it was alongside some pretty heavy hitters in the scene. I was so happy and excited and relieved to have that moment of validation. For a second, I thought I could maybe even win the category. After a few days of waiting, the winners were revealed, and I didn't win. And looking back on what I made and the other entries, and after all of these years, I can see why and where I fell short. But I'm still so proud of what I accomplished, because in hindsight, I was up against entire ass teams of people. It was extremely validating, and I felt like I had proved to myself that I was capable as an artist. So naturally, I was gonna double down and try again next year for the 2014 Saxxies. I knew if I wanted a shot at winning a category, I would have to keep practicing. I'd have to hunker down and really make some serious content that...
Hey, come here.
You can't help me.
It's okay. Take my hand.
Okay, did you play Mass Effect 3? That kid had it coming to him. No judgment, that kid had it coming. Okay, listen. Okay, listen. I had a couple of ideas bouncing around on the old noggin, and, you know, I had to get them out before I buckled up and took a trip to Serious Town. You know what, just
You ever try to shit your pants, but accidentally fart instead? Wait.
Okay, that one, you know, that wasn't bad. It had some nice lighting, it was short, it only took a couple days to make, and you know, it helped me transition into make something a little more...
What the bloody hell?
Whoa! Whoa, hey, okay, listen. Come here. Alright, I'll come to you. See, the joke was that, like, you know, opening a bunch of crates in TF2 is a waste of money and it's not really worth it, and then Gaben comes up behind you and reveals the release date for Half-Life 3 is hidden in one of the crates, but all you get is a bunch of DICK. I was in my 20s, okay? I mean, knock knock, who's there? Oh, look, it's the Saxxies. Oh, I didn't get a nomination. It's because I used the scout from TF2 and made him drink the sniper's piss.
This ain't piss, is it? Huh.
Too much? Listen, it's a weapon that Sniper has in a game, so obviously he's going to be selling it. Maybe this was the first time that Scout really got to know him, and he was like, oh, it must be lemonade, so I'm going to drink some piss. Except he didn't know it was piss, he thought it was... Let's be serious for just one moment here. My ego was It was a bit hurt that I didn't get nominated that year, and while that rejection was a hard pill to swallow, it was an important part of my journey. For the first time, I took a big step back and started to reflect on everything. I really took a look and tried to answer if the time I took to make these machinima videos was worth it. I thought that maybe making video games would be interesting, but I had no idea how to even get started, even though Google existed. You ever do that? You're like, I wish I knew how to do something. And like literally all you have to do is Google it. And then you're like, I don't know how I'm gonna figure it out. And then you just move on with the rest of your life for like years or a decade. And then you finally Google it. I wanted so badly to support myself financially creating art, but the reality of it was that I created a system that was working against me. The numbers just weren't there. Some of my videos were getting hundreds of thousands of views, with a couple reaching up close to 500,000. Unfortunately, my content had an extremely high production cost with also a very short runtime, which is a very poor combination of things when you're trying to make content and get paid for it by how long people are watching. So I identified two things. I had to either reduce the scope or the cost of my videos. This led to the creation of a new machinima series called Major Cheers. It was a collection of shorts where I took funny conversations that me and my friends had and fish models and animated them to a very low cost. Roll the clip. Roll the clip. Hello?
Okay, does download more RAM actually work?
No.
Oh, you're really pissing me off. This is what the fucking buy for 140. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, you can't download RAM, Mogwai. Are you serious?
Wait, what is this? People actually fall for this shit?
Yeah.
$100?
Because people don't know about computers.
You can download that RAM.
On the positive side, these were really fun to make. My existing subscribers liked them, my friends were having a good time with them, but unfortunately, it didn't seem to fix the problem. They didn't gather enough views to make any money because I typically relied on posting to Reddit, and at a surface level, I don't think the fish models were really enticing people to click on the video. 30 seconds to a minute of runtime also wasn't long enough, and I was also going to run out of usable voice clips, and I don't want to put that pressure on my friends that like they need to be funny in voice chat all the time, so it just wasn't sustainable in the end. So I went back to the drawing board, and this time decided to try my hand at a little bit of horror. If you're worried about being spooked, just press the key combination on the screen that'll get you to the next chapter, okay? Honestly, I think this turned out pretty great, aside from the lighting being a smidge too dark and the monster voice being a little corny. I got the idea from a Reddit thread I stumbled upon called 2-Sentence Horror Stories, and I think the creator even commented on the video and was like, wow, this is cool. I'll put what he said up there. It was probably not that. Like, wow, thanks for stealing my idea. Oh, you just took my idea and you made it? Okay. What was great about this is it allowed me to practice execution. I didn't have to be so creative. I could take someone else's idea and say, okay, how can I plus this? How can I make it better? And it ended up that I'm like really good at doing that. About 1 to 2 months after the 4th annual Saxxy Awards, I still found myself reflecting on everything. I was enjoying exploring my creative side, but the measured success of viewership and financial gain felt elusive and out of reach. However, this is when everything changed. I remember the moment like it was yesterday. I was at a dinner and someone was asking me how my YouTube was going, and I lamented about feeling stuck, and the following words just spilled out of my mouth without thought. I think I want to make games. Saying it out loud felt powerful. It was like, in doing so and letting that energy bounce off of the walls, something changed in me, and I could feel like an actual tingle in my head. Little did I know, that would become a very real possibility. A few weeks later, I got this email. Hello, my name is Super Cool Dude 420. I'm with Idle Minds. We're a video game development studio located in Louisville, Colorado. I'm building a cinematics team and looking for some amazing cinematic artists to join the team. We're creating a dramatic sci-fi game with several hours of cinematics. I've seen your videos on the net and thought your work was great. All right, we got editor Daucus here, and I just want to give Cool Guy 420 a little bit of credit that they probably didn't see the really weird SFM videos that I made, and it was likely just the Saxxy content, because looking at all of this together now, it feels kind of weird that someone would see like the dick in the box thing and be like, I need to hire that guy. So like, it's probably just the Saxxy stuff. Would you be interested in talking further about a cinematic artist job at Idle Minds? Thanks, Super Cool Guy 420. Honestly, I thought this was a scam. Was there any possibility somebody would slide into my YouTube DMs of all places and offer me money to make a video game, to make the thing that I've been doing? They also wanted me to move to Colorado. Like, Colorado is nuts. So after doing some digging on the company, it actually seemed legit, so I responded. There were a few emails exchanged back and forth, and I eventually got a phone interview, which I felt went extremely well. I had answers for everything and was able to elaborate on my experience and share a couple laughs, which I feel is important in an interview, you know, try to make them laugh. They asked for a resume as well as a list of videos detailing what I contributed to each of them. Well, my resume had no previous video game experience, so that was a little terrifying. I'm like, hey, I work in warehouses, so if you need someone that knows how to tape a box, create a shipping label, or maybe list some parts on eBay, I'm your guy. The videos I picked were Heavy Hitting, Bullseye, and 1207. 4 days pass, and I get an email titled, "We want you," with 3 exclamation marks, dude, accompanied by a job offer inside. And just like that, my life changed. I felt so fortunate to have this opportunity, as well as a spouse that was willing to move halfway across the country with me. A lot of hard work, self-reflection, and pushing myself out of my comfort zone led to this moment. It was like my calling had found me. I know it's easy to chalk something up to luck, but in hindsight, I now know that that is complete DICK. All right, we got editor Daucus again. I'm about to do a lot of positive self-talk, and I get into a little like motivation for people watching, and like the positive self-talk thing is really out of character for me. And if it's okay with you, I'd like to practice that. I feel so much cringe watching back the things that I shot and the things that I said, but it feels important to allow myself the space to do that, so it feels important. I never allowed myself to take credit for the hard work that I put into things, and I think that rings true for most creatives. If I never put in any of the hard work to defy all of the odds and overcome every failure, then I never would have been given this opportunity. Sure, I had no control over being nominated in the Saxxies, and I had no control over someone stumbling onto my machinima online and offering me a job. But without me, none of these things had a chance to materialize. I strongly believe that if you open your mind to the possibilities of success and you establish multiple avenues for that success to manifest in, you can and will be successful. It might be that your expectation of success aligns with reality, but if that's not the case, your failure is success in identifying the next steps that you have to take. If you are a creative watching this, you might be a programmer, a painter, an animator, an indie dev, or a writer, or whatever it is that you do. and you identify with anything that I've said, know that every little bit of energy you put into your craft has an impact. Through all of the failure and the self-identified mediocre output that you choose to hide from the world, understand that without failure, you cannot have success. It doesn't exist. And that success and failure can only be defined by you. Not a single person on this planet has the power to take that away from you. Unless you're identifying hurting others as success, and then in that case you can eat a DICK. I've been in the game industry for close to 10 years now, and I can tell you that the path is littered with failures and amazing successes. For instance, in true game industry fashion, the job that I had moved to Colorado for had to let me go after 6 months. The project we were working on was canceled for reasons out of our control. Luckily, my wife was able to support our family for 6 months before they could invite me back, because they were working on an art demo to try and secure the Life is Strange IP working with Square Enix. I've been here ever since, and I've had the pleasure of working on multiple Life is Strange titles that went on to win multiple awards, including a BAFTA nomination and winning a Peabody Award. But most importantly for me, we won a cinematography award in 2022 at the Global Industry Game Awards for my work and my team's work in Life is Strange True Colors. So take that, Saxxies. I've learned so much about making game cinematics and managing projects, working with people, and fighting burnout. And I'm also so grateful to have found stability in an industry that can be so volatile. Recently, being a game developer has been a pretty uncertain and scary career to have. In the past few years alone, there have been thousands of layoffs, not just single instances of layoffs. Layoffs of multiple people. Studios have closed, and people have been without work for about 6 months to sometimes a year. For some people, that time is indefinite. They have no choice but to go and change career paths or work some dead-end job that they hate for the hope that they get invited back into this game dev club just to do what they love to do. We need unions, and there needs to be better safety nets for those affected and overall protection against C-suite behavior that leaves a wake of destruction in its path for the sake of profits. I want to end the game dev segment here because I could go on and on about my experiences, but I am riddled with non-disclosure agreements. Not to say that I know about a bunch of like promiscuous things going on, but it's just like, you know, proprietary knowledge, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to get sued, okay? I can, however, talk about new beginnings. New beginnings born out of the desire to cure game dev burnout. You see, working at a game studio, you share that creative with a lot of other people, meaning that you relinquish that creative input, and not always by choice. A lot of the job is implementing someone else's creative vision. You're purely executing. So I found myself going back to source Filmmaker throughout my career to feed that desire to create things that are purely for me. Through all of my time in game development, I never lost my love for making machinima or just being creative in general. Spending my nights and weekends on making machinima projects was therapeutic. I didn't have the pressure of being successful on a monetary level, and I had complete creative control with no deadlines. I made my last Major Cheers video.
I don't want to play League of
Please,
Legends.
it's just for my provisionals, and then you can not play ever again.
I don't want to play at all, bro.
Please help me. Please.
If I was gonna play with you, I'm not gonna play with you when you're drunk.
I'm not that drunk, I'm just being sarcastic.
You just told me you came in, you're really drunk, and you're really blazed.
Oh, see, if I was really that fucked up,
Don't fucking laugh.
Sometimes I'd make little bite-sized videos. I I somehow got over my 5th grade sense of humor.
Anyone see the bomb? Where's the bomb? Did you see the bomb? You're a champion, Sonny. We're all going home tonight. On my way. Sneaky beaky like.
It was more like a refined 6th grade sense of humor. I made a cooking video. And of course I submitted to the 2015 Saxxy Awards, which marked it as my first truly collaborative machinima beyond some surface level execution because I had people from work helping me. This got a nomination in 2015, but still no win. It did, however, get a special mention from Valve in their announcement post, so that was really neat. I still played copious amounts of Counter-Strike.
We are doing this. Counter-terrorists win.
That gun was so OP when it dropped. I got to work with Face It to make some BRB animations they could use on stream, and that was really cool. I made a cute little Christmas animation.
All I want for Christmas is to kick your ass. What the hell? Oh, mama.
I tried to make some kind of Counter-Strike choose your own adventure video where you could choose your skill level to see the outcome from different scenarios, and I thought it worked really well until YouTube removed the ability to embed links within videos, so now if you watch it, it's just playing linearly and it doesn't make any sense.
I'm doing it.
And then I made my most watched video ever, which is funny because it was the least amount of effort I put into making anything ever.
They talk about my one-taps, and I think for me, aiming is so easy. I just go into a match and that's it. But my aim, it comes from more than just the game.
I feel kind of bad for this one, but the shitposting potential was too great. It's literally just him talking about how insane he is while playing clips of him getting destroyed in a tournament. He's a godlike player though. Dude is, whew, he's nuts. 2016 Saxxy Awards time. This one was so much fun to make because I got approval from the Amnesia devs to use the grunt model. Do y'all remember when Amnesia was like the biggest craze on YouTube and everybody was playing it? Anyway, it's a love story between Grunt and the Spitter from Left 4 Dead 2, and let's just say it doesn't end well for them.
This isn't very romantic.
What the?
Oh, shit.
Holy shit.
First time I ever couldn't wait to get out of the tunnel of love.
Really, coach?
Again, no nomination, and I think it helped tear off a piece of my ego, which is important to do. I didn't need to win the Saxxy Awards in any capacity to prove that I was capable as an artist. I just wanted it. This was actually the last machinima I ever made because at this point I was experiencing a mass amount of stress at work, which crippled my after-hours creativity, which led to some extreme burnout, which also then led to me taking a break from personal projects for like 5 years. Another part of the reason was because I tricked myself into thinking that my work was good enough to be my creative outlet. And that is something that I really advise against tricking yourself into believing. I want to get to the subject of burnout in another video because it just expands way too far beyond the scope of this video. It would be another 10 to 20 minutes alone. Whew. So that's it. That's how I became a game developer. One of the most important lessons I've learned is to maintain a creative outlet separate from your work. This has protected me from myself in the pursuit of creative perfection on a product that I don't even see residual income on. Now that's not to say I gave up and I don't do my job. I try to do my job extremely well. But the key is that I don't take my professional work personally and I set healthy boundaries. So what creative outlets do I explore? Well, I don't really have a big desire to make machinima anymore. I feel like I've kind of been there and done that, although there are like tiny little seeds in the back of my head that are like, yeah, do it. I'm not going back to making home movies because no, I'm more interested in new ways of expression. I need a challenge, something that allows me to learn new skills consistently while challenging me creatively and technically. Well, in 2023, I decided to pick up game development. Listen, I know that's what I do full time, but when it's just you and you're working by yourself and you're doing everything and you're not just focusing in on one little aspect of a game, it's... Whew. I've always wanted to see if I could make a video game on my own, which is scary because I have zero programming experience and I planned to only use blueprints in Unreal. I wasn't sure if I could pull it off, but I had heard a ton of praise over visual coding in Unreal, and I knew that it was possible to do from other examples. To my surprise, I was actually pretty capable. And using blueprints anyways isn't that intimidating. It's like, I know a programmer that said they're like mega blocks for game dev, which is hilarious. And I love that. Mega blocks, Lego. Can we just call them Legos? I feel like Legos is a little less demeaning. I already knew a lot about how production methodologies can reduce scope in game development, and I picked up on blueprints actually pretty quickly through the help of YouTube. Yeah, I Googled that shit this time. I discovered game dev YouTube, and more specifically devlogs. I love watching everyone's progress in the community and seeing all of the cool things that they're working on. And one of the biggest pieces of advice I keep hearing is that if you're going to enter the game dev space as an indie, make arcade games. So I did that. There's this game I played from the Ludum Dare Game Jam called Island Hopping, and I remember having a ton of ideas for gameplay improvements, so it was the perfect candidate to make something small while also making it mine. This challenged me in so many ways that I didn't know I would enjoy. I had so much fun solving technical challenges and overcoming roadblocks. Just like I was obsessed with Source Filmmaker, I'm obsessed with game dev. 4 months later, I released a game called Hup on itch.io. If what you're seeing looks interesting at all or fun, please download it and give it a try. It has daily leaderboards, all-time leaderboards, and I don't think anyone can beat my high score on the all-time leaderboards because I made the game, okay? I'm the best. I made it, I'm the best at it, I know everything. You can't beat me. I'm too nuts, and if you cheat, I'll know you cheated, okay? I'll know you cheated. As far as YouTube goes, I've tried to come back and do this kind of thing before, but it just didn't feel right. I think I needed more time to grow as a person, and until recently, I don't think I really knew who I was. I started typing my thoughts for this video into a notepad and outlining kind of a structure, and once it kind of felt like there was something formulating there that was worth talking about, my desire to make this video far outweighed my anxiety around it. What's been great in this process is this video has really allowed me to reflect on my life and my creative path, and I've unlocked some memories that I just kind of didn't really remember existed. Like the LAN where I had the first machinima. Like, if I never did this video, I don't know if I ever would have thought about that again. So I feel like I have a better understanding of who I am as a person and who I want to be. I have so much more I want to say about game development, being creative, making game cinematics, managing art when it's your job, and maintaining a positive perspective. These are the things that I genuinely love to talk about, and this type of content has been boggling around in my head for long enough. So this video really serves as a kicking off point for this channel to really tell people about myself and shift away from machinima and define what I want this corner of the internet to be about. If you're someone who's subscribed to this channel from my machinima days, or even before that, the super cringe stuff, please sound off in those comments. I want to know. I want to know if there's anyone actually still out there. And for everyone else still here, I want to thank you for being interested in this silly little video that I put together about the story of me. The plan is to make more videos, and specifically more videos about game development, but I'm not sure how much time I have. If this YouTube thing is more interesting and that's giving me more joy, I may just plan to do some specific YouTube content, whether it's game dev or something else completely unrelated, but I have a lot of ideas cooking in the back of my head, so I don't know. Video games, maybe some weird stuff, who knows. I would love to create a space for creatives and game devs alike where everyone is invited, regardless of identity, to talk shop and explore ideas and give constructive feedback to one another. Unless you're a Nazi, then you can eat a monsoon of DICK. Please join that Discord. It is very empty, I mean full. Lastly, I know everyone here has their own dreams, and I know that a lot of you are also putting them off one day at a time. I want you to understand something. You are worthy of your desires, and nobody can tell you otherwise. Put your best efforts forward. Literally, Google it. Whatever it is that you don't know how to do, fucking Google it. Literally, stop watching this video and Google it. What's that thing that you want to do? Google it. Google it. I know I'm getting a little serious here, but I'm very passionate about this, okay? You gotta know that it's very likely you're gonna fail, but we learn from that failure because it's the only way to uncover the clues on how to proceed or what to try next. Get comfortable being uncomfortable because that is the only way you're going to grow. That's it. And until next time, cheers. Okay.